All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. This is your Monday morning motivation. I am Jess Marcy here from Clutter Boss. And if you're joining us live, please say hi in the comments. I was going to actually share something. So let me see if I can pull this onto my screen. Denise, good morning. Happy Monday. All right. How do I pull this onto my screen? Hold on. It's happening. Okay. So, little news update. I am going to shift a little bit how Monday morning motivation looks moving forward. Good morning, Karen. Instead of Monday morning motivation, oh, there's so many people here. Anne, Emily, Nicole, good morning. Good morning. We are going to call this Make Space Monday, and it's going to be a combination of a mini challenge for the week and motivation. So starting next week, it'll be Make Space Monday, and it's going to be a little bit more mini challenge oriented. Good morning, Trish, Susan, Linda. So I thought to kick off this little shift, Cheryl, Crafter 5850, good morning, good morning. To kick off our little shift to more of mini challenges and motivation, we are going to start this week. And I was thinking about where do I want to start with mini challenges? What has really motivated me personally in the past? And one thing that came to mind is I, a couple of times, have done time audits. So I've set up my schedule for the week and really looked at how much time I have and what I'm doing with my time. I'm auditing my time. And that has been like painful. It's been a painful experience sometimes because, oh my gosh, I waste a lot of hours every week. And where do those hours go? The time audits have really helped me figure out where time is leaking and why. So I thought we could do this week as a kind of like a clutter time audit. Where are we losing time to clutter? So I've created a little worksheet. I'm working on getting it up on the website so you can download it, but I can share it right now. um, if it looks a little bit tiny on the screen, that's okay. I wonder if I can make it. Oh, that's about as big as I can make it right now. But basically, when we're talking about doing a clutter time audit, we're really talking about understanding not just the time, the specific time that we're losing, like to searching for stuff, but also where there's maybe like an emotional leak. Because if you're searching for something and you get frustrated and you feel frustrated for a long time after that, that is time that we're losing to clutter. One of the biggest issues that I find when talking to, well, it really in looking back on my own experience and talking to people who are coming into our programs or joining our workshops, we don't recognize how much time and emotional energy we give to clutter. So I think this is a really good place to start. And I'll take this, let me put myself back up here. Okay, whoops. There we go. All right. I think this is a really good place to start. So what I'm going to ask you to do this week for your mini challenge that hopefully will lead to motivation, we're going to pick a couple of days, maybe like 3 days minimum. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, whatever it is. You can do as many days as you want, but just a couple of days. And we're going to focus in on what is happening to us when clutter is impacting our life. So where is this time actually leaking out? And you can have just a sheet of paper, a journal. You can track this on your computer. But every time that clutter slows you down, I want you to jot down what happened. So, like for example, I couldn't find my scissors. I spent 12 minutes looking. How long did that take? How much time did you lose because of the clutter? And then focus in on the ripple effect. What happened because you couldn't find your scissors? Did you get frustrated? Was dinner late? Did you leave the house late and then you felt stressed trying to get to your next thing on time? Like, what was the ripple effect of dealing with the clutter? And we're going to be really honest. Nobody ever needs to see this. This is just data for you to use so that you can get a better understanding of A, where your time is going, and B, the ripple effect that clutter is having on your life. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Diane. So, after a couple of days of tracking this, you're going to sit down and you're going to add it up. You're going to just sit with this, look at the numbers, and figure out how much time you're losing weekly, monthly, and annually to the ripple effect of clutter. Okay, so where is clutter impacting your life, and how much is it impacting your life that maybe you didn't recognize before? And then we're not going to feel guilty. We're not going to feel bad. We're just going to take this data and say, okay, how can I make a change? Is this motivation to do something differently? That's it. We're just collecting data. So, data collectors, who is with me? Who is ready to look this week at the ripple effect of clutter? The time that clutter is really leaking from our lives that is kind of hard to quantify if we're not paying close attention to it. I will, once again, I have this worksheet. I will, in about an hour, have a link up to the worksheet so you can download it, but you don't even really need the worksheet. You just need to track the day, what happened, how much time you lost, and then what was the ripple effect? Like what happened after that? Yes, it is so useful, Emily. I these time audits and like kind of really examining what's going on just give you a lot of data that you can then work with. So when you have this data, it it just gives you more concrete evidence that you can use to motivate you to make changes in your life, right? It's not this idea like, I know that clutter is taking my time, but when you can actually say, I know that clutter took 45 minutes of the last 3 days of my life, and not only that, but it had a ripple effect on 3 different events, and I don't need that, I don't need that anymore. I don't want to lose 45 minutes over 3 days of my life to clutter anymore. I want that time back because that adds up to days, weeks every year, right? So having that data can just be really, really motivating. So if it sounds intimidating, what we're doing is we're just writing down today, Monday clutter tracker, Monday clutter impact tracker, right? If today you're cooking in your kitchen and you can't find the pot or pan that you want, or you go to sit down and there's all this stuff that you have to move before you can sit down, or you go to get dressed and you can't find the shirt that you want, that is time that you are losing to clutter. We're just going to jot that down, and then we're going to jot down what happens after that. Do I feel frustrated? Is it no big deal? Does it impact another area of my life? Does it cause an argument with my spouse? We're just going to start tracking the impact that clutter has on our life for a couple of days. For a couple of days. And then we're going to use that data just as data points. Can we change things? Do we want to change things? Is this more significant or maybe less significant than I thought it was? And if you are in one of our communities, circle back with us. Let us know, how did this experiment go? Are you losing more time or less time? How did the experiment go? Yes, written proof. And I will be putting this clutter time audit worksheet up on our website so you can download it if you would like to. But really, you just need to open up a sheet of paper in your journal and say, hey, today is the day I'm going to start tracking time I'm losing to clutter, right? So these little clutter leaks. That is your mini challenge for the week. Just do this for a couple of days. See if you can notice patterns or trends and give yourself some quantifiable evidence for how to make a change moving forward, right? And I lost 20 minutes yesterday looking for a particular paint in our small workshop. Not only a cluttered cabinet, but clutter on the floor kept me from opening the door. And so then, Anne, was there a ripple effect after that? Did you feel frustrated, upset, annoyed, or maybe you felt like, you know what? I know how to handle this. I've been doing this decluttering thing. I know what to do. I know how to fix this. And it's so easy to fix it because I have these skills, right? So the ripple effects could be positive, it could be negative. It doesn't really matter. We're just looking for data. So be a data diva frustrated and annoyed. Yep. And I think when that happens, I like to tune in and say, how long am I feeling this way for? Because sometimes that little episode can actually cost me hours. Like it takes me a while to bounce back. Other times, not so much of a big deal. But sometimes it takes me a really long time to bounce back. And I could have had a perfectly lovely afternoon, but I didn't because I had this kind of ripple effect from a frustration, right? So we're just looking for data this week. This is your first mini task, mini challenge. And next week, starting next week, you're not going to see this as Monday morning motivation. We're calling it Make Space Monday, and it's going to be mini challenge plus motivation every Monday to get us really rolling and really ready to take action for the week. All right, you guys, go track your time, find those little clutter leaks, and report back. Let us know what you uncover from this data. I know, and I love data too. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful Monday and a wonderful week. I can't wait to hear how this goes. Bye, everyone.